Welcome to Coop and Duck, episode 64. It's extremely late in the day. It is 1 minute to kick off. Teams identical, apart from Madison's out, Wes is in. So the same team
So
as Saturday.
Tetty's playing?
Tetty's playing.
Because there was talk of his knees. Like, people were saying that he can't play 2 games in a week, so I was half expecting to see Harrison Reid back.
I might be completely wrong, but some guy told me in the boozer, in Iceni,
yeah,
that's the deal.
Must be fucking gospel.
We're hearing the music now.
Yeah.
My dad said that because we've got this German... You know, identity now, that they should go for Ride of the Valkyries by Wagner.
That'd be amazing.
But there are massive Nazi, anti-Semitic connotations with playing Wagner because he was a personal favourite of one Mr. Adolf Hitler. Mind you, that's not Wagner's fault. So I think we should have gone with it.
Yeah, well, the Nazis were very well dressed, unlike our football team.
That is true. All football fans.
All football fans.
Or unlike the club, it's pretty badly disorganised.
Yeah.
So I think tonight we're going to put on an absolute romp. We're due a thrashing.
Yeah.
Nelson Oliveira for me is going to score a hat-trick tonight, and we're going to win 4-5-0, 4-5-1.
Well, and also we have to avenge the 2-1 loss away at Burton last season, which was one of the most depressing losses of last season.
And Nelson needs to avenge that too.
And Closer made him a bad mistake in that game.
He did.
So this is a game that they need to put it on him. I agree. Burton got no business hanging with us. They're a small club. They got blown out by Leeds last week, like 5-0.
Yeah, they're a nothing club.
So we should do. I couldn't even point to it on a map. West Midlands.
I know the shopping franchise Burton's, but that's it. It's just kicked off, so we're going to go.
Nigel Clough's their manager, so Brian Clough's son. So Brian Clough was a homophobe, or is that over-egging the pudding? Because generally, wasn't that thing about him and Justin Fashanu? He stopped Justin Fashanu from training.
Yeah.
Or was it John? No, it was John. No, it was Justin Fashanu.
Yeah, John Fashanu.
Yeah, no, Justin Fashanu.
John Fashanu's just a prick.
Yeah. Justin Fashanu, he had problems at Forest. Anyway, God, going off piece.
We've got to go. We're missing the game.
All right, bye.
Well, it's half time. Score is Norwich 0, Burton 0. I was expecting fireworks. What we got was a very lacklustre first half, bereft of chances. Burton, very much.
Burton are awful, but they are parking the bus. I mean, they've lost away from home 3 consecutive games. They got smashed at Leeds at the weekend.
You can't criticise them for that game plan.
No,
they're minnows in this league.
They're absolutely gash. But we just need to. You were right. You said in the first half we need to commit a couple more forward when it matters. We also need to move the ball quicker. I mean, Vrancic hasn't been great.
At best, he's been normal.
We've not been great today, faced with this stubborn Burton side. But I tell you what, it's a proper championship encounter. And we said it last year, but it reminds me. You get that feeling like wake me up at Christmas. You know what I mean?
Oliveira's been very wasteful.
Yeah, Oliveira's spaffed a load over the bar. At least 3 chances.
Stipemans looks all right.
Yeah,
he's been moving forward. Yeah, he has been. But the thing is that if you're going to play this
like
tiki-taka possession style of football, you need to have the confidence to do it, and in doing that you need to commit a few more men forward. There have been points where we've had 4 men sort of loitering around on the centre circle and never had 1 man on the centre circle.
Yeah, we're hesitant, and there's still there's still kind of 1-2s getting missed, and there's still miscommunication out there among our players who are still very new playing together. I'm thinking particularly like Tribal, Vrancic, with linking up with Wes and Josh. It's just a bit,
Yeah, it looks a bit lopsided, really.
And a bit disjointed.
For sure. Disjointed is the word for it. I mean, Oliveira's had a lot of opportunities. I mean, some of them are just ridiculous. Not like they're being sitters. He missed a sitter towards the end of the first half, but he's had a lot of shots.
Yeah.
He's been shooting at will, really.
Yeah.
Every time he gets the ball, he's having a go.
Yeah. Their keeper's the worst dressed keeper I've ever seen. He looks like he's just come out of the cells and they've not given him his clothes back. He's wearing this like all orange with yellow gloves.
Yeah, or just off a building site.
He doesn't look good, bless him.
And he's time wasting, but of course he's going to time waste.
Yeah, of course. Go time waste.
The fact is, when they go 1-0 down, he's not going to time waste. So it's our responsibility to put a goal past him.
Probably the most interesting thing that happened in the first half is Chris actually hand counted the Burton fans, because there's that few of them there, and he estimated 130.
Yeah, it's around 130. Bless him.
Yeah.
I mean, me, you've got to be committed.
Comatose. Oh yeah, come all the way from the West Midlands, we think.
I have no idea.
Staffordshire, Burton-on-Trent. Sounds delightful. And also the humanitarians of our listenership or watchership now, viewership. We'll be glad to know that we haven't given Nigel Clough any jip.
And that's mainly because we're far too scared, because he's kind of terrifying in the same way as his father.
Yeah, he's got the same face. But also he does it all right, and it just feels like, what would be the point?
Yeah, for sure. And he's the manager of Burn.
Yeah.
Props to him for that. But yeah, I don't know what's going to happen. I mean, it is again a case of scoring the first goal.
I'd say even half an hour, I thought people were starting to groan around us, but I was still thinking we're coming out of this with 3 points. They're not going to hold us out forever. But actually, around about the half an hour mark, I think we really kind of got a bit more lacklustre.
That is the word to describe the first half.
Yeah.
It was. Burton offered nothing, and
Close has been trying to get there. As you say, Stikeman's been trying to get there. So there is a bit of industry about some of our players.
But it's just been very fragmented.
But the players like Vrancic and Tribal and even Teti, the players that you want to see jogging on to really screw the knife when we've got them pressed back in their third, we're not really doing that.
They're not wanting the ball. Like Wes wants the ball.
Yeah.
Wes wants the ball anywhere.
Yeah.
We need more players to do that.
Madison for Vrancic.
I think that's a good shout.
Vrancic has probably been the poorest player for us. He's been very wayward.
And Wes has had opportunities where he's been looking for options and they just haven't been enough. Obviously, they're going to close down Oliveira. They're going to do a job with Murphy because they're the danger men. But we need more string pullers.
Yeah, Maddie. And to be honest, if we're still looking like this with, say, 70 minutes, I'd be tempted to bring Cam on, go 4-4-2.
Absolutely, yeah.
Because also what's happening, Oliveira, to compensate, is getting pulled out wide, and that's typically what we'd see Cam doing.
Yeah.
But Oliveira's not so good in that position.
No,
He's a goal scorer.
Yeah.
So maybe if it stays like this, I'd be tempted.
I thought he was a goal scorer.
Well, yeah. Cam's been rubbing off on him.
I feel really bad. I made a prediction that he was... No, I'm still sticking by it. We're going to win 4-0 and Oliveira's going to get a hat-trick.
Second half hat-trick, amazing. But yeah, I think I want to see Madison for Vrancic, and it wouldn't hurt my feelings to see Cam if that doesn't do the trick.
Yeah, for sure. Well, prediction full time, we're still going 4-0.
You're going 4-0. No,
yeah, you didn't say anything. You kept quiet.
No. 2-0.
2-0 Norwich.
Yes.
Imagine.
Yeah. Oh, well,
I'd go home and end my life. I really would. Hello, mate. Hi. I'm not going to film the pitch. You're not allowed to, are you? Woo! Woo!
It's a law breaker.
Hey, guys. Fisherman. Wells, give us a wave. Boy, was I wrong. 0-0.
Yeah.
So depressed.
As the rain came down, classic.
Very symbolic.
0-0, dreary championship encounter. They parked the bus, pure and simple. They
came for a 0-0. That was their game plan.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the longer the game went on, the more and more resilient they became.
Yeah,
I mean, they just had every single man behind the ball from around 75 minutes on. They didn't even have a lone striker out in the centre circle. That was it.
No. But we
were wasteful.
We were wasteful, and we did break them down on a couple of occasions. One occasion particularly, Josh Murphy had,
put through 1-1.
Yeah, a golden opportunity.
Yeah, he
had time. He could
probably
pick his corner. Probably too much time, but he was through on goal. That was it. That was the goal.
Well, the thing is that
and you have to take it because
if we score, that's it.
And small teams like Burton, particularly on the poor form they've been on, they're going to come and try and park the bus. We need to have an answer. We got a lot of corners. And we got the big boys up. We've got some height now for set pieces, but we just
were much better second half. The urgency was there, but it's...
Do you think Farke should have made changes earlier?
Yes, I totally think that. I mean, what I've realised is that we really, really miss Johnny Housen.
We did today.
And Vrancic just is nowhere near as good. It's just nowhere near as good.
Well,
not only that, the way we're playing, the way they were parking the bus and how we were having to be so technical to try and break them down, as the game went on, it became more and more evident that it didn't suit Alex Tettey.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand this Alex Tettey being a necessary evil.
Would you have potentially given Harrison Reed half an hour?
Yeah,
interesting
for sure. Because Tettey wasn't impacting the game, he wasn't affecting the game.
No,
he couldn't. I mean, he was doing. The thing is, it became evident. They had a puncher's chance of getting a goal out of us. That was it.
And they never even threatened, did they? I mean, they were
had nothing.
nowhere
I mean, the
near.
stats might say they had a couple of shots on target, but they had nothing.
Nothing.
They never looked like scoring. It was all us. It was one-way traffic the second half, and they just saw it out. Like, of course they're going to. And when it comes to the 80-minute mark, they're going to defend even harder.
Yeah, I mean, I know that it's a formula that has led to us conceding a lot of goals in a couple of games this season. But I'd have been tempted to very quickly in the second half swap Vrancic for Maddie, leave Wes and Maddison in there, take Vrancic off, then take Wes off for Wiltshire with 10 minutes to go to get some energy.
I didn't like that it was like for like with Maddison coming on.
And I actually, to be honest, another option, there's no need to go like for like with Nelson and Cam. You can bring Cam on and play 4-4-2.
Nelson was super wasteful tonight.
Nelson didn't have a good night tonight.
And he was trying to be the hero. I think he carried the frustration of the whole team and the whole stadium on his shoulders with the way he played.
And he was running and he was out for it, but he made some bad decisions.
Oh yeah, he was trying. We were trying
actually
to
too greedy, and we like a bit of greedy in our number 9, but he was too greedy tonight. He thought,
But the whole game, the pivoting point of that game, the pivotal point of that game, if you like, was Josh Murphy's miss.
Yeah, although I thought Josh was one of the players taking people on and breaking through.
Yeah.
What opportunities we did have from opening them up was really at the hand of Josh Murphy's playmaking on the ball. So not to take that miss off his copybook, but I think the last 2 games I've really been encouraged by Josh overall.
Yeah, for sure.
And he's a young lad, and actually one chance shouldn't have been the difference in a game like that. We should have buried them.
We break them down. Look, I mean, Leeds beat them 5-0. They came with one game plan.
Look, if we'd have scored in the first 10 minutes, we'd have beaten them 5-0.
Yeah.
They had nothing, you know?
Yeah, they had nothing.
We're at Las Iguanas.
Yeah.
Which is fairly
restaurant.
tepid. Is it a restaurant? It's sort of a restaurant.
Yeah,
There's not a lot of
Mexican stuff.
Not a lot of people eating here. That they do tapas. But funny enough, I worked here in the late 90s. It used to be called Old Orleans, and actually, I was one of the first members of staff when this building was opened, and it was it was the worst job I ever had, being a starter chef at this place. So I walked in, and it sort of gave me shudders to think about when I used to work here. But funny, first time I've been back, I think. But it's not a great place.
I'm so depressed. I'm so unhappy. Oh my god!
Just so we're definitely not in the studio. Look, check it out. This is Riverside in all its glory. Look, there's a Fagnodian. There's a Hollywood. There's TGI. There's Coast to Coast.
This is where you spend your weekends if you're a complete twat.
Well, no, I don't think people do anymore. I think it used to be that place, but now it's just nothing.
No, like what here in general? Who comes here?
Yeah, exactly. Does anyone come here anymore? Anyone?
No.
Anyone?
Go bowling, maybe.
Yeah.
Use the gym.
Any one of our
what are we going to do?
Followers ever come to Riverside?
Burton 0-0, man.
We've got Sheffield United away at the weekend. Yeah,
I can't even think straight after that.
It was a proper horrible 0-0.
It was so frustrating.
The
referee had a shocker.
You can't. Yeah, he did have a shocker.
He was getting missing handballs.
That handball he was
They
doing
were
was outrageous.
relentlessly time wasting. He wasn't.
Dealing with it.
He wasn't pulling them up on it.
But you can't go at the footy week in, week out and support a team like Norwich and not occasionally have a game like that.
Yeah.
It was awful. It was awful. But I don't know what to say.
There's nothing to say.
There isn't anything to say.
No.
The weekend's going to be a very different game. Obviously, have my concerns. We've been frail away from home so far this year, but we're a work in progress. Let's not go crazy
again,
here.
In the last game,
we were
organised.
We were the dominant team.
He had the balance wrong. He was too, considering Burton weren't going to offer anything and that they were going to park the bus, and we very much had to methodically and technically break them down. The lineup wasn't quite right. No. Maddison should have started with Wes.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. And
You
we
know.
and you know, we need to be prepared to go 4-4-2 in a game like that, and just go and just refuse to come out of it with a point. But you know, and you know, after all we said at half time, we did end up giving Nigel Clough and his staff quite a bit of stick.
But it's more his second in command.
Yeah, we were
Aggro,
just saying that's why you've got no fans.
Yeah.
Because I mean, they were time wasting, playing for the corners with like more than 5 minutes to go. It was just like embarrassing.
They were time wasting probably from around 20 minutes onwards.
God, try and steal a goal. I mean, God, it's a Championship League game. You don't play at the corners. It's not the cup.
God, let's not talk about it anymore. I cannot be arsed. Coop and Duck.
We are.
Sorry, this blows.
See you next time.
Bye.